Blessings, kings and queens. Today is October the 9th, 2023, and our subject for this video is Gate 57, the gentle instinct, the gate of intuitive insight. Listen, I'm about to drop some gems, some knowledge, some wisdom, so you don't want to go anywhere. Guys, I've got 7 key points that I want to discuss with you in this video. Number 1, the Spleen Center. Since this is the first time we have discussed any gates in the center, we want to dive into its characteristics. Number 2, Gate 57. What is it? Number 3, our challenge for the week. While we collectively experience Gate 57's energy. Number 4, our journal questions. Write them down, take a walk with them, or even discuss them with your friends. Number 5, affirmations to empower us, deepen our faith, and trust in ourselves while we navigate this energy. Number 6, emotional freedom technique. This helps to break habitual programming that has been placed on us by society's conditioning. And number 7, I've got a bonus for you that you don't want to miss, so stay tuned. I'm looking for my people. I'm looking for my tribe. I'm looking for those like-minded individuals who are on what I'm on. And since you've joined me here in this video, that means you're on what I'm on. So go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell so you won't miss any of our future human design exploration study videos. Before you deep dive, I want you guys to grab your charts, grab your journals, grab a cup of tea or beverage of your choice, and even grab your blankets. If you don't have your body graphs, I have listed a few websites that you could go to get it for free. So right now, if you're looking at your body graphs and you're saying to yourself, I don't have Gate 57 defined in my chart. That is okay, because for the next 5 days or so, Gate 57's energy is available to all of us because we are in transition of it. Otherwise, the other way you'd be able to get Gate 57's energy is by coming into a person's aura with Gate 57 defined. If you're then saying to yourselves, I have no idea who has Gate 57 defined in their charts, that's also okay, because the way that you would be able to come into a person's aura with Gate 57 defined is to go into a public place, like a coffee shop, a mall food court, a library, or a bookstore, a gym, or any place of that nature. Then possibly someone with Gate 57 defined would be able to come into your aura. I do not, however, have Gate 57 defined in my chart. The Spleen Center is one of 3 awareness centers in the human design body graph, the other 2 being the Ajna Center and the Solar Plexus Center, respectively. We have discussed the Ajna Center in a corresponding video, as well as the Solar Plexus Center in another corresponding video, and I will go ahead and link those video descriptions down in the description box. It is located on the left-hand side of the human design body graph. I have discussed the Spleen Center's correspondences, and it corresponds with the root center. And the root center corresponds with the root chakra in the Hindu chakra system, as well as Malkuth, the 10th Sephirah on the Kabbalistic Tree of Life. And you can find those correspondences in the Gate 39 video, which I will place a link to it down in the description box as well. The spleen center is, in fact, the lymphatic system in the body. Also a part of the immune system, it is the system that protects us from disease. This is where embodiment and taking care of your body finds its most importance. The awareness is instinctual and instant. It is the awareness of being alive and the fear of wanting to stay that way. People with defined spleen centers take their healthy nature for granted. They don't get sick often, but when they do, they should be mindful of the need for longer recovery times. These people should be aware of the spleen center's quick and quiet voice that sometimes gets underheard because of the mind's loud thinking. That is the Ajna center, the other awareness center. You must trust the quick gut instinct and not rationalize it away with thoughts. People with undefined spleen centers, especially children, get sick first and often. These people should seek longer recovery periods after sickness, as well as gentler health remedies. These people have heightened fears and need to face them one by one to gain control of them. They enter the world with a fundamental fear that they lack the tools to survive on Earth. This is the reason why they often find themselves clinging to people with defined spleen centers. They tend to hold on to situations, patterns, and relationships that aren't good for them. Undefined spleen-centered people become dangerously spontaneous when they are around folks with defined spleen centers. They may become confused that this false sense of security is their own. Completely open spleen-centered folk do not know what to be afraid of. This can lead to a completely fearless person or a person who is fearful of everything. The not self-talk of the spleen center sounds like this. Let's not do that because I'm afraid. I feel fearful every time I think about doing it. I don't want to do that because I am afraid to fail. I can't do that because a certain person might leave me. I can't do that because people may criticize me. Listen, I am not an expert by any means. So while y'all are studying with me, I'm studying with y'all. So if any part of this human design study resonates with you, I want you to go ahead and let me know down in the comments. Let me know that you're here. Gate 57's archetypical name is the lucid intuitive. This gate is about trusting your intuitive knowing. Its human design definition is the extraordinary power of clarity. This gate gives you a deep inner attunement to sound, and it continuously alerts you to the vibrations coming from physical, psychic, and emotional environments. But always focus on the message from your spleen. Gate 57 is the gate of the right ear. You intuitively listen with the right ear to hear what people are really saying. People may think that you're hard of hearing or not paying attention to them. This information depends on your survival. Pay attention to that small voice that is your hunch or intuition speaking to you, and you should act on it right away. When you listen to your intuition now, there is no need to fear for tomorrow. This gate has a fear for the future. On the negative end of the pole, Human Design Gate 57 is the energy for not trusting your intuition or writing off your intuitive knowing because there is nothing logical to back it up. This lack of trust can lead to trusting other people's opinions or overriding intuitive wisdom with logic, reason, and mental rationalization, and creating a life that is frustrating, bitter, anger-filled, or disappointing. The most important thing to raise this gate's frequency is to spend plenty of time in your own aura so that you can hear your intuition speak to you. Being attached to whether your intuition is right or wrong will impede your ability to trust. There are no wrong ways or wrong decisions. It's all leading you to knowing your divine nature. Our challenge for this week is to trust your own insight and gut, to learn to tell the difference between an instinctive response versus a fear of the future, to become skilled at connecting to your sense of right timing. Get out your pen and pencils if you haven't, and let's write down our journal questions. Do I trust my intuition? What does my intuition feel like to me? Sometimes doing a retrospective analysis of your intuition and instinct makes it more clear how your intuitive signal works. What experiences in the past have I had where I knew what I should do or not do? How have I experienced my intuition in the past? When I think about moving forward in my life, do I feel afraid? What am I afraid of? What can I do to quiet that fear? What impulses am I experiencing that are telling me to prepare for what is next in my life? Am I acting on my impulses? Why or why not? Guys, if you've made it this far, then that means you're feeling me. If you haven't already, give me a high five or an amen down in the comments. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to leave me one there. If you comment in the first 3 days of the premiere of this video, I'll be sure to answer you right away. We only have a few more points to go, so hang in there with me. If you're following along in the transcript, affirm with me. My inner wisdom is deeply connected to the pulse of divine timing. I listen to my inner wisdom and follow my instinct. I know when and how to prepare for the future. I take guided action and I trust myself and source. So our emotional freedom technique goes a little something like this. Even though it is scary to trust my gut, I now choose to honor my awareness, quiet my mind, and go with what feels right. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Our bonus is Earth, passing through Gate 51, initiation. What lessons have unexpected events brought into your life? Make note of how resilient you are. Let's remember to treat our bodies well. Let's remember to drink our 8 glasses of water every day. Let's remember to eat well, rest well, meditate and journal at least once a day, in the morning when we wake up or at night before we go to bed. Let's try to exercise at least twice a week. Kings and queens, I really appreciate you for joining me on this human design exploration deep dive of Gate 57, Instinct. Listen, you could have chosen to be anywhere else in the world. You could have chosen to be doing anything else in the world. But you chose to spend your time with me, and believe me, that choice doesn't go unnoticed. I thank you. Remember to do your own thing. Remember to be your authentic selves. And for those of you who are already doing their own thing and being their authentic selves, thank you for being you.